What's going on? Hello, my name's Corey, That TCG Guy, here for Spicy Play, where I'm going to eat a habanero pepper. There it is. It's a big honker. Jeez. And I'm going to talk about my favorite EDH deck. I'm That TCG Guy. I stream Commander every Tuesdays and Thursdays, though Tuesdays they're expanding into more things like Digimon, Flesh and Blood, community deck builds, box breaks, things like that. So I span all sorts of stuff, especially in the EDH and TG community. Again, you can find me twitch.tv/ThatTCGGuy, or just look up That TCG Guy everywhere. I'm all over the place. Today I'll be talking about my favorite Commander deck, which is the partner combination of Vial Smasher the Fierce and Thrasios Triton Hero. So the lovely partner pairing here. So first of all, we'll talk about the main commander here. This is the one that the deck is really built around, which is Vial Smasher the Fierce. So 1 black-red for a legendary creature, a Goblin Berserker. So whenever you cast your first spell each turn, choose an opponent at random. Vial Smasher the Fierce deals damage equal to that spell's converted mana cost to that player or planeswalker that player controls. And then we got Thrasios Triton Hero. This is a blue and a green for legendary creature, Merfolk Wizard. So for 4 mana, you can scry 1, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped. Otherwise, draw a card, and it's a 1/3. Those are the commanders. We're gonna talk about that. But first, I guess it's time that I'm just gonna jump into this. And oh god, this thing is humongous. Here we go. I don't even like vegetables and peppers and stuff, but here we are. The choices you make, right? I didn't think I'd be nervous about this, but I'm actually extremely nervous about this. That's big. There's a lot of pepper in this. The trick is to just put it on the side of your mouth and chew it all slowly. That way it burns more as it goes down. These are the tips that no one really tells you. You know, I like to consider my my wife is staring at me. It's great. So I'm almost done with it. Wow, there's a lot. So a lot of people think with Thrasios and Vial Smasher that this is a They think that this is a competitive deck. CEDH. It's not. It really isn't. What makes it different is that I don't run any fast mana. I have a Soul Ring. That's about it. I was so confident going into this that I was going to be fine, and I'm really not. I just need to breathe a second. So what the deck wants to do basically is just cast a bunch of big mana spells. Thrasios is just there for card draw. Vial Smasher is really the bread and butter of this deck. Man, I was so confident that I wasn't going to bail out, but now I'm like, into it. I don't know. So let's talk about some cards that do stuff. Let's talk about the big mana cards first, right? So I'm a monster. I have things like Time Stretch, 10 mana, 8 blue. Target player takes 2 extra turns after this one. Expropriate. I'm a huge monster. I love Expropriate. 7 blue. Council's Dilemma. Starting with you, each player votes for time or money. Each time vote, you take an extra turn. Each money vote, I get to steal one of your fucking things. I get to grab it with my grabby little hands. I'm like, Shadow of Mortality. Shadow of Mortality. 13 black. It's just a big creature. That's crazy. Ulamog. Emrakul, Promised End. Those are some crazy big mana spells. 10 mana for Ulamog. 13 for Emrakul. You're gonna get a lot of big Vial Smasher hits with those cards. And then you have things that are going to really accentuate damage. We have things like wound reflection. I can't even speak words. Give me 1 sec. Oh, I appreciate that. Sorry. I appreciate that you're watching this and watching me really suffer through it. Wound reflection. Any damage dealt to an opponent, they're going to take that much damage at the end of their turn. Or the end of the turn. I can't, whatever. At the end of each turn, each opponent loses life equal to the life he or she lost this turn. That's wound reflection. Then you have Obosh. This is one of the companions, though I don't use it as a companion because why use cards for why they're meant to be used for? English words are tough right now. If a source you control with an odd converted mana cost will deal damage to a permanent or player, you double that damage to that permanent or player. Guess what? Vial Smasher, that's 3 CMC. That's the odd converted mana cost. Double damage, baby. Soulfire Eruption. Soulfire Eruption. What the hell? 6 red, red, red. Choose any number of target creatures, planeswalkers, and/or players. For each of them, exile a top card of your library. Then Soulfire Eruption deals damage equal to that card's converted mana cost to that permanent or player. You may play the exile card till end of turn. Holy crap, that's so much damage. You're doing a ton of damage. And also, that's the first spell you cast with not Obosh, God. Vial Smasher. You're done. Words. You're dealing a ton of damage. Volcanic Vision. Volcanic Visions. You get an instant or sorcery out of your graveyard. Deals that much damage to all your opponent's creatures. There's so many high CMC cards in this deck that you're guaranteed to wipe the board. No. Hits the back of the throat. Karabek the Merciless. Are you not playing this card in your what is this? Rakdos decks? Because you should. I don't know why you're not. Whenever an opponent plays a spell, Karabek the Merciless deals damage to target creature or player equal to that spell's converted mana value. Oh god, that's an old card. No, it's not. Mana cost. Haha. I keep wanting to do this with my hands. I don't know why. What is this? Why am I doing this? In the same vein of, oh god, what was it? Wound Reflection, we have Archfiend of Despair. So Archfiend of Despair is a creature flying. Your opponents can't gain life. At the beginning of each end step, each opponent loses life equal to the life that player lost this turn. Again, it's just doing crazy stuff. I already did all those things. You know what? This is a card I think people should be playing just in general because it's really good. Whew. My face isn't leaking as much as I thought it would. I'm surprised. Wildfire Eternal. Okay, this is a creature from back in the Amonkhet days, right? I think it's Our Devastation. Maybe it's Amonkhet. I don't remember. It's 3 in a red for a creature with Afflict 4. So whenever this creature becomes... Oh, there's the leakage. Whenever this creature becomes blocked, defending player loses 4 life. So it incentivizes them not to block. When they don't block, Wildfire Eternal attacks and isn't blocked. You may cast an instant or sorcery card from your hand without paying its mana cost. That way, early in the game, you can get those big mana value cards like Expropriate, Time Stretch. You can cast those way sooner than anybody expects them. And then they get mad at you because they're like,
oh man, you're casting Expropriate?
And you're like,
Yeah, it's a good card.
And you're like,
well, I fucking hate it.
And you're like,
Well, I love it.
And then you get into this back and forth thing. And at the end of the game, you feel bad, but then you don't feel bad because it's your favorite card. And here you are. So, moving on to other fun stuff. We have doublers for triggers. So we have Strionic Resonator and we have Lithiform Engine. These basically, they're just ways for us to be able to get extra triggers out of Vial Smasher, because doing 10 damage once is great, but if you can do 10 damage twice to 2 different people, that's pretty good. The only thing is it's random. So, you know, it's not oh god, it's not up to you. That way you can use that as like a political thing. You're like, it's not me. I'm not picking the player. It's the card. It's random. I'm rolling a die here. Jeez. And then that really gets you out of a lot of jams. And your friends, you know, they won't hate you as much as you think. And then we have some other excuse me. It's like stuck in the throat right now. I don't know if I got like one of those little pepper pieces. You know what I'm talking about? But then we have things, you know, we have the typical ramp package because it has green. So we have like Explosive Vegetation. There was some other ones in here that I just passed. But basically the whole point of this is you want to play big mana spells, things that are going to not only gain you stuff and advantage, that's the word, but are also going to be expensive. I know typically people want to like lower their mana value, the mana curve. They want to have lower costing cards and then make them efficient. I want big mana cards. So I want those, 5 to 10 mana spells that people generally steer away from, because with those, Vial Smasher is going to do its best work. But though we do have stuff for the early game. We got things like Sakura Tribe Elder. We got things like Birds of Paradise, a couple of other mana dorks, things like that. Land War Elves, things to keep us going in the early game, to just kind of ramp us up to those big pieces. But ultimately, I want to make as much mana as possible. I want to throw random damage to people. Jeez, my nose is like coming out of my brain.
What did he say?
I just want to throw big damage around randomly, so that way it takes the heat off of my back, quite literally in this case. And then just steamroll, just steamroll everybody.
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
Oh, and fun fact, this is the only deck actually, that's a lie, I have 2 decks, but this is one of my only OG dual lands is in this deck. So does that make it CEDH? No, but people still get mad when you play it. But here it is. But yeah, so that's it. That's Vial Smasher Thrasios. I didn't chicken out. Or I shouldn't say chicken out, because this is intense. Like there was a hot minute there, literally in the beginning. I was done. It was like immediately after biting it, couldn't do it. But Vial Smasher Thrasios, I don't even think I need the milk at this point. We're so far beyond it that I'm one with the pepper now. That's who I am. But yeah, so that's Vial Smasher Thrasios. Thank you so much. Again, my name's Corey, That TCG Guy. You can find me on Twitch every Tuesday and Thursday. You know what? I am going to take a little sip here. I think we earned it. That TCG Guy. Like, comment, subscribe here on Spicy Play. Also, come check me out. That TCG Guy. Something's in the description. Deck list is in the description. There it is. So yeah, check us out, or check Spicy Play out. Check me out. I'm sure my link's probably in the description down there. And thanks for having me. And I hope you enjoyed this deck check. Wow. That was touch and go in the beginning there.